Good morning. It's me with you on this Friday morning. Hope you are good today. Hope you got a good weekend planned. It's Mother's Day, so I hope wherever you are and whatever's going on, you can if your mom's with you, you can take a moment and call her or see her or wish her Happy Mother's Day. So I hope if your mom's still living, you have that chance to do that. If your mom isn't living, I do. Mother's Day is now different for me now that my mom's gone. So I do miss her, especially on Mother's Day. I guess, those of us in our grief, we can always stop and just give thanks to God for what our mothers taught us and how they loved us. And I'll talk about this Sunday in my sermon a little bit, just a touch. I'll touch on it. Mother's Days can be complicated days. I've always said Mother's Day and Father's Day are always the two hardest days to preach on as a preacher because you don't know what people are going through. You know, I can't project my experience upon you. Um, I don't know what your family life was like. I don't know. So I can't say all mothers are great or all mothers are terrible. I don't know. You have your own individual experience. And likewise, there are many amongst us who would like to be a mother and aren't able to for whatever reason. And so we acknowledge that. So I've always said if there's something in our life related to our mother that gives us joy, we stop and thank God for that joy. And then if there's something on Mother's Day that tinges our heart with sadness, we stop and we ask God to soothe that sadness and grief. So wherever you are, I pray it's a good Mother's Day for you, and I pray you get to remember God's love in the midst of all that. So today we're going to read chapter 2, verses 1 through 11. Chapter 2, 1 through 11. Yesterday he tried wisdom. Today he's going to try self-indulgence. My man, let's go. So he said, starting in chapter 2, I said to myself, come now, and I will make a test of pleasure. Enjoy yourself. But again, this is also vanity. I said of laughter, is it mad? And of pleasure, well, of what use is it? I searched with my mind how to cheer my body with wine, and my mind still guiding me with wisdom, and how to lay hold on folly, until I might see what was good for mortals to do under heaven during the few days of life. I made great works. I built houses and planted vineyards for myself. I made gardens and parks and planted in them all kinds of fruit trees. I made myself pools from which to water the forest of the growing trees. I bought male and female slaves, and I had slaves who were born to my house. I had great possessions of herds and flocks, and more than any who had been before me in Jerusalem. I gathered for myself silver and gold and all the treasure of kings and the princes. I got singers, both men and women, and delights of the flesh, and many concubines. So I became great and surpassed all of those who were before me in Jerusalem. And also my wisdom remained with me. Whatever my eyes desire, I did not keep from them. And I kept my heart from no pleasure. For my heart found pleasure in all my toil, and this was my reward for all of my toil. Then I considered all that my hands had done, and the toil I had spent doing it, and again all was vanity and a chasing after the wind, and there was nothing to be gained under the sun. So if yesterday he spent time with wisdom, and he found wisdom vexed him and left him in a situation where he was miserable because of all of his wisdom. Today he said, you know what? Okay, we're going to go the other way. If we tried wisdom, now we're going to try pleasure. We're just going to be hedonist. We're just going to do whatever we want. Um, if it feels good, do it. Living out the words of Judges, each man did what was right in his own eyes. So now the teacher, like I said, more likely than not, Solomon, now he lives out his. I always think of the You know how you always there's a phrase I always think of. I had a professor a teacher in high school who loved English, and he loved us. He loved to teach us English, and he loved uh, Wordsworth and Coleridge, and the Romantics. And I always think of I think the name of the poem was Kubla Khan. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree. That's what I think of here, a stately pleasure dome. Uh, Solomon or whoever the teacher is just if his eyes want it, he does it. If his eyes want it, he's after it. I denied my body no pleasure. I tried wine. I had wives and concubines and everything. I became great. I kept whatever my eyes desired, I did not keep them from it. I kept my heart from no pleasure. It was all vanity, a chasing after the wind. That might be the word for the world we find ourselves in now, because in the world we find ourselves in now, we deny ourselves no pleasure. We, if it feels good, we do it. If we want something, we do. We live in an age of instant gratification. We live in an age because of our technology and because of our media, because of all these things. There really is nothing we can't do quickly and easily. So we spend our lives getting what we want. There's never been a time when we have access to more. When we have access to more in our lives. You name it, you name it, you pretty much can get it, honestly. And I don't know if we've ever been more unhappy as a people. I don't know if we've ever been without meaning more than we are right now. We can have everything we want. And we are the teacher. Then I considered all that my hands had done. It's all vanity and chasing after the wind. Talked yesterday about wisdom, how the mind is fallen, and how our just because we think it doesn't make it so, and just because um, we process it and ponder it intellectually doesn't make it right or not incorrect. Today is the same with our pleasure. It's easy to think that if it makes me feel good, if I want it, if it gives me pleasure, if I just live for what I want, if I seek after my desires, if I seek after my wants, if I seek after what I want to do, if I seek after my stuff, if I am the captain of my own heart, and if I do only what I want to do, then I will have peace and purpose and meaning. And we gain these things. We gain these things. And we find they don't make us happy. They don't make us happy. I was listening to the book I mentioned yesterday. I bought a book just because I was so good I wanted to have it in my hand. And I was listening to it. Now I'm reading The Barn by um, Wright Thompson. And and he talks about one of the folks from the Delta who helped integrate the school they were in. And they went out into the world because they were driven to be successful because of the sacrifices of their parents. And they accomplished so much in their career. So many houses, so much money, so much status. And they thought, was this all it's for? I've done all this. I've accomplished all this. I've done everything I could do. Is this all that it's for? That's Solomon here. I've denied myself no pleasure, and I'm completely miserable. Friends, if you live for yourself, you will not find happiness. You will not. If you live only for your desires and your wants and your stuff, you will not find meaning. You will not. You will find moments of pleasure. You'll find moments of laughter and all this. You'll find these things, but you will not find meaning. Living for your desires, for your wants, me living for my desires and my wants, that it will not bring us the meaning that we're seeking. It cannot be found there. Solomon's exactly right. Seeking to find our meaning in pleasure alone will not give us what it is we're wanting. So be careful. We all need to be careful. I need to be careful. You need to be careful. Be careful that we are living only for ourselves. Because if we live only for ourselves, we may find moments of temporary pleasure. Sure, sure. But we will not find a true life worth living. That cannot be found in self-indulgence and in living only for yourself. So today, let's make sure that we understand the danger of that self-indulgence and understand that if we live only for ourselves, we will not find any meaning. So, hey, thanks for being with us. Hope you have a great weekend, no matter where you find yourself, and we will pick up Monday with the end of chapter 2, starting in verse 12. Have a great weekend. See ya.